Do you see where it says live, or is that just on my end?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So yeah, you can see, not that you have to pay attention to the seconds or anything, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, I know it's always like the first 20 seconds. Spider-Man has to be used to it at this point because like the first 20 or 30 seconds, I'm always like bumbling. And it's
Uh-huh.
normally because I'm muting and I'm tweeting, but like because we're recording, I
Uh-huh.
get to just jump right in.
Nice.
Yes. Okay, everyone, let's see if we can change some minds tonight. So obviously, tonight's a little bit different because normally on Thursday, Matt from Mute the Media and myself go over some recent news stories. But tonight, I have the honor of interviewing our special guest, Nnamdi, or D Hot Wheels on Twitter, or Dizzy Hot Wheels on TikTok, because he expressed to me that he's always wanted to be on the Trickle Up. And
Yes.
I think that his lived experience offers a lot of perspective and insight that most people need to hear.
Heck
So
yeah.
so uh so
Well, I am so sorry, Shy.
you're
Sorry I
good.
had to take you over. But I just want to say that I am so psyched that I'm on the Trickle Up today, tonight, and I've always wanted to be on here. I told Shy, I begged Shy, it's like Shy, please, can I be on the Trickle Up, please? And she was like, sure. And I was like, nice. And now I'm on the Trickle Up. Yo, Mom, I made it. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Shy.
Yeah, no, my first question is just for anyone who doesn't know, Namdi, tell us who you are, what you're about.
My name is Nnamdi, and I'm on a wheelchair. I am African American. I'm also independent. Well, not like an independent party or anything. I'm just like an independent person on a wheelchair. And as you guys know, I'm the guy on Twitter, an Andrew Yang reply guy, a UBI, a strong UBI supporter, and I am a pro-human supporter. So I believe that in progressive ideas, and that we need to benefit uh, ourselves, and we need to make sure that our neighbors are taken care of. So yes, um, I'm currently in the community college right now. And to I'm studying sociology in college. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all. I'm from Texas. I know, I know. I'm okay. Okay, you guys don't have to cry for me. It's okay. I'll be okay. Uh, yeah, I'm glad to be on the Trickle Up because we trickle nowhere, no way but up. We don't trickle down. We trickle up. MFers.
So
And if you don't know what MFers mean, look it up on your Urban
so
Dictionary.
Namdi and I met on Twitter. Namdi, what made you join Twitter?
What made me join Twitter? Well, what made me join Twitter? So one of my friends, my good friends, uh, his name is Caleb. We both go to we both went to the same community college, and he was talking to me about Andrew Yang and UBI. So I was like, yeah, man. You know, he was like, hey, man, you wanna you wanna go out for lunch and talk to you more about UBI. And I was like, yeah, man, for sure. I would love to. So we went to your local Wendy's, and we were we just went to Wendy's and we were talking about UBI and Andrew Gang. And I was like, this makes this makes sense. I like this Andrew Yang dude. And it was like, yeah, you're gonna like him. And I was like, yeah, I already do like him. And he and so yeah, so we were just there talking about Andrew Yang and stuff, and just talking about how this guy wants to give 1K a month to everybody, and just every month. And I was like, interesting, interesting. So then after that, he told me about the Yang Gang and about Twitter, how Yang Gang is like the best on Twitter. I was like, huh, really? So he just showed me about like what the Yang Gang people do on Twitter and stuff. And I was like, nice, awesome. So I was like, yeah, I'll get back. I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you on it. And just he sent me some videos on like interviews of Andrew Yang. So I remember going back home that day after we finished eating and hanging out. And I still remember the first video I watched of Andrew Yang, and that was at the Breakfast Club with I think Charlemagne, and some other people. But so they're interviewing Andrew Yang, and I was like, "Yo, this dude is speaking straight. This dude is speaking straight facts. Andrew Yang. This guy's making sense." And I was like, "Yo, nice, nice." So I was like, "Yo, yeah, I like what I like what this dude is talking about. He sounds smart, very intelligent, and he makes a lot of sense. And yeah, I think UBI would work. I like the idea. So I was like, although I felt pretty good. I still need to be convinced a little bit more. So I watched another podcast of him. That was, I believe it's called the H3 podcast. I believe is what it's called. And again, he was spinning facts and just going through, just talking about how UBI and the all the VAT tax and everything. And I was like, huh, yeah, I'm down, I'm on board. So then I was like, I believe it was, I think it was, because I know me and Caleb, we met on that, we went out to eat on that Thursday. And after that, like around Sunday, either Saturday or Sunday, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go on Twitter and be in do what is it called? Just make your Twitter account and be part of the Yang Gang. So I just decided, so I went over there, and it's like just on day one, like I brought up my story, who I was, and at first I wasn't gonna say like I was on the wheelchair and all that kind of shit, that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, well, I wasn't gonna say it. But then I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna be real. I'm going to be real on Twitter. I'm going to tell him I'm going to tell him my story. I'm going to tell him what is it called? I'm going to tell him like this is who I am, and and that I believe in UBI and all that kind of stuff. And so I did, and the amount of okay, the amount of people that that came that brought me in to Yang Gang was just beautiful. And it's like just an amount of it's just a whole different group, like a group that I've never been before. Like this group was like so loving and like so understanding and accepting. And like it really brought a lot of humanity. Humanity was restored because it was restored with me because it was like, wow, this is a really good group of people, and it was after all it was humanity first, but yeah, that was pretty bad. Sorry about that. I was trying to do the badum tis, but that didn't go too well. But back on track. Sorry, back on track. But yeah. So I was like, wow, this is a great group of people, and like one of the first people first people I got I got to know was like people like Erica and Patriot Paget, Kagi, and Matt Skidmore, my boy Skid Poppy, Matt Skidmore, like the Zach and Matt show, like those are the guys that I really that I really got to know people, and I got to meet other people too. Like one of my first friends was actually Resist or Humanity. Mikey, yo, what's up, Mikey? I know you're watching this right now. Love you, Mikey. And I met Cheyanne too. A little bit later, she she was a she was a young wee little lad when I met her. Okay, she was a because she was really smart. She was cool people. I like Shy a lot. So yeah, I met a lot of cool people on the Yang Gang. So yeah, so I was just it's just from then on I just grew a good I made really great friendships in the Yang Gang. Like Yang Gang, like I'm not kidding. Like Yang Gang, Andrew Yang, how he was this is the first time I was actually part of a political system, a political movement. And just seeing how many people were loving, and just seeing the constant just seeing the constant we all work together to meet a certain goal, and every single time we would meet that goal every night. And if it really was meeting a goal to help fundraise for Yank, and what is it called, just getting all the hashtags out, we were Yang Gang. That was a huge force on Twitter, and those are things that I would never forget. Like those were the best times of the Yang Gang, and I love the Yang Gang, and I still love the Yang Gang, and Yang Gang will always have a part of my heart, and yeah. So I mean, yeah. So that's just pretty much my story about how, how I came onto Twitter. It was pretty much like my first time on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I noticed your Twitter profile says you joined October of 2019, and then I think you
that's
and I met around November of 2020.
that's
So
right.
yeah, you had over a year under your belt on Twitter before we even encountered one another. But
That's true. That's true.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
Yang suspended in mid-February. So
He did.
yeah, after his presidential campaign was
Hmm.
over, I was going to ask you why did you stay on Twitter, but I can tell from everything you said previously it was because of all the friends you made.
Yes, and yeah, and I had already made a I think even around the even I already made a thing October when I first started. I was like, no, I'm just gonna be on here until he until he decides to quit. Then I'll just leave Twitter and stuff. But then after all that, I was like, dang, I've made so many good friends on here. I've I've invested so much time. I still believe in the guy no matter what. And I was like, yeah, I can't leave. I can't leave. I can't just leave all the people that I made friends with. You know. And I was like, dude, I have to stay. I have to stay because it was just so powerful. Like, can you imagine a few months into the yanking and it literally freaking changed my life. It really did. How can you leave that? How can you leave that and go back just to back to normal? You can't do that. I couldn't do that. And it's from then on it's proven to be really good. Since I've been on here, I've seen myself grow on Twitter. Here I see myself not only grown on Twitter, but what is it called? Like just see my thing. Like before, I was just tweeting and stuff, and just like tweeting all this stuff. And like, yeah, of course, I would like give money to the campaign and stuff, and like all that kind of stuff. But it's like I wasn't like as active on there. I was an active tweeter, but I wasn't like doing anything like as active until like as long as until like I started like being active in phone banking for Andrew Yang's New York campaign, which was but I actually like the first phone banking I ever did was for Erica Rhodes. Yeah, that's right, Erica Rhodes, 2022, California, 30. She's gonna win this thing. That's why I phone bank for her. I love you, Erica. If you're watching right now, Erica, I love you so much, and I'm sorry I haven't been filmmaking that much. I've been busy a lot, but I'll be back. I'll be back. No, don't you worry. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Anyway, so yeah, so I've been filmmaking for Erica, and I filmmaking for the Yang campaign, and I met some people. I met some great people in the Yang campaign. Like Dan and Julia and Parth. Those are the three guys, and many other people too. But like the digital organizers, great digital organizers like Dan and Julia and Parth. Those guys they made stuff like a lot easier and a lot more helpful for me to be in the film banking. And also like shout out to Nicole Hammer too, who's running phone banking for Erica as well. Lei and Yang Dang also as well. There's so many people who made phone banking easier for me for both Erica and Andrew Yang. So yeah, so just being on Twitter, just staying on Twitter and being able to what is it called? Being able to like participate and doing more in political campaigns and was really good for me and really also made me grow a lot more and be like and actually feel like I was doing something to like make an impact in the political field. So that was really awesome. And it really helped my resume too as well. And I also got to be on I'm also like a content creator for the People's Basics. Yeah, People's Basics. Basics. Shout out to John Munitz and Jackie. Uh, those people over there. And so many great people at the People's Basics. I actually run their TikTok over there with Bryce. Bryce, that's my guy, Bryce too. Like me and Bryce, we run the TikToks over there, just sending out some content over there. So the People's Basics, I encourage you guys to check them out. They're really cool people. They have some really great articles, and yeah. I just been involved. I see myself like being involved in so many things, which before like I would have never thought I would be this involved as I am now. So it's like it's so awesome. It's great that I've grown so much, from just being like this you know this shy guy who didn't want who didn't want to what's it called didn't necessarily want to phone bake or participate, but did wanted to do nothing but just tweet, But then I was like, you know what, I could do so much more, I could do so much more. And now like I'm film making, I'm producing content for people with basics and all that kind of stuff. I was like, it's really awesome. And I'm glad that I stayed here, that I stayed on Twitter. And now like I have great friends like again like Mikey and Cheyanne and all those other people in the Meet the media, Matt. What's up, Matt? What's good, man? So, yeah. And boys too. He runs the Trickle up. What's up, boys?
So yeah, I was gonna say the
And
way that
Spider Man. Yo, Spider Man was good.
the way that
Sorry.
Nnamdi came up on my timeline was Megan from the Yang Gang book club tweeted that she went on a podcast and
Yeah,
then tagged him and
yeah,
our friend Alex. And
yeah.
so I watched the podcast.
Hmm.
And so tell me about the, I know it's on hiatus right now, but tell me about the
Yeah.
podcast that you and Alex James do.
Yo, yo. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so me and Alex made a you guys know Alex. If you guys know Alex, he's also on Twitter too. Um, very handsome man, should I say?
I'm pretty sure they call him the blue hat heartthrob. Is that what they say?
Oh yes, yes, the blue hot dog. I call him many other stuff that is not appropriate on Trickle Up. So we'll just keep a hush hush on that. We'll just have you guys have your imagination on what that is.
So the immature show, which is what you guys call your podcast. Tell us about what you guys like to talk about on the immature show.
Well, we are definitely immature. That's the truth. Yeah. So we made. So the immature show is just basically like a hangout show. Where we just talk and hang out. We don't necessarily. I mean, we do talk about politics here and there from time to time, right? Like we talk about politics, but normally we just want to hang out, and, like chill, and, like get to know the Yang Gang people a little bit more, right? So like we interview like we have interviewed like well I don't want to say interview. I want to say more like hang out with we hang out with the people we hang out with us like normal people. Like it's normally yeah we had some like big names like David Kim and like yeah, yeah, and Adam Christensen and all those other people. We've had those we've had those people come on. We also had a again we had Mikey come on too. So we haven't had Cheyanne come on. We will do. We will. Promise you. And yeah, so we had a lot of people just so we just to come and hang out with us, chill with us, have a great time. We haven't been on a lot because we've had our responsibilities in our own personal lives that we have to deal with. Some, but yeah, but it was a really good. And before I was like, no, I was never going to be like part of like a podcast or anything. But doing that was absolutely a great experience. Just chilling and hanging out with other people in the gang, just trying to get to know them, right? So that's the thing. Like just hanging out and just chilling with them and having just having fun and like not we don't want it to seem like you have to like you have to act a certain way like in an interview. You know how people like there's like people they feel like they have to act like they have to act like all proper in the interview or something like that. But for us, it's just like what? It's just a chill session. We're just hanging out, just talking and doing some other things. So yeah, so that's pretty much our show. That's pretty much our show, and we're certainly happy to have a Cheyanne who's been a loyal super fan of our show, and
That's fair. That's fair. I like the immature show. That's fair.
yes, thank you, Shy. We get your what's it called? We get your fan mail every day. We definitely thank you for the fan mail, and once we get the merch started, we'll definitely give you all the merch so you can wear it and promote it.
So so we've talked extensively about your activism on Twitter, but why did you join TikTok?
Why did I join TikTok? Well, I believe okay. So like before, I wasn't a big fan of TikTok, right? I thought it was like some kind of kid thing, like a lot of teenagers like to do that stuff, like to do on TikTok and like do their little dances on there, the e boys and the e girls like to do their little renegade. Like okay, whatever that's about. But then again, Mikey and Cheyanne both convinced me to go on TikTok, and I was like, maybe I'll just try it out. So I tried it out. I was like, yeah, pretty interesting, pretty interesting. And yeah, it just went on from there, and I was like, oh, nice. This is a great group. This is actually pretty good stuff. I'm kind of digging it. No, the views started trickling in, and the views started trickling in and everything. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. And I met some really good people on there, like media, red media. How about them Cowboys? 49ers are not winning the Super Bowl this year. But that's for another day. That's for another day. So I made some media, no use, aggro, Missy aggro. Come back soon. And I met a lot of people on here. And from then on, it's like uh, it was pretty awesome. I met so many good people on TikTok that I would name. I would name so many people, like so many people, but that would take a long time. Shout out to Mer PK, and Sabrina, and change the system. But yeah, so many great people on TikTok. To that man, and Run Oz. So yeah, great people on TikTok. So many great people on TikTok. So yeah, so yeah.
So yeah, on TikTok,
Uh-huh.
weekly, Nnamdi and I actually have a crowdfunding live that we do.
Yes, yes.
And a
Mhm.
lot of the people he just shouted out come into our live and help us boost whatever crowdfunding project we have going on that
Yeah, and
weekend.
shout out to Kevin Biden. I mean, that guy has really been. He's been putting up the work. He's been like helping us too. Like he's been doing some real stuff. Like doing some real good stuff for crowdfund basic income, and like getting. He's just shout out to that kid. Shout out to that dude, and he's great people, great awesome people. So
Yeah, fun fact. So
mhm.
this is airing right now on the Trickle Up, and when this is done
Uh-huh,
airing, the Thursday show for
uh-huh.
the Thursday stream for the Meet the
Hmm.
Media will
Hmm.
begin, and Kevin is our guest. Yeah, Kevin
Whoa,
and Wraith Rider, and
yo, yo,
we're gonna talk about the Kellogg strike and mutual aid.
y'all gotta stay tuned for that. Like those are good people. Like Race Rider, he's one of my guys too. I like that dude too. Like that's a good lineup right there. I mean, you got Shy, you got Matt, you got Kevin, and you got Race. Dude, how can you miss that? Like for real, you guys gotta stay tuned for that. It'll be awesome. Nice, so cool, so cool. Sorry, Shy. Good.
You don't need to apologize. And just because we brought up the lives, I'm
Uh-huh.
going to ask you
Mhm.
about why do you think it's important that you and I are trying to normalize it's okay to ask for help to crowdfund basic income?
Why is it okay? Why should we normalize crowdfunding basic income? Yeah, good question, Shy. This is why we should normalize crowdfunding basic income. The reason why we should normalize crowdfunding basic income is because the government isn't doing enough to help the people out. Because if it was, a lot of people will not be complaining as much as they are now, and we wouldn't be having. We just want to normalize. We just want to normalize being able to amplify people who ask for help. So we don't want to shame people. We don't want to shame people who ask for help. That should be that should be like that should be thrown out. Like that should be our pastime. It's time to start normalizing getting people the help they need. Getting people the basic needs, right? Like because we don't want to see people die just because what's it called? They don't get their basic needs met because we don't want to see not only that but see people on the streets, you know, hungry. Not only that, we don't want to see people and even their kids on the streets, And what we need to do, I think what's very important and what me and Shy and countless of great people have been doing is amplifying people who are struggling, amplifying their voices, and making sure that they get the help that they need. They meet a specific goal that they need so they can so they can get whatever they need so they can pay that rent, right? So they can get that medication that they need from a pharmacy, so they can get that food that they need, so they can pay that water bill, so they can get all the bills that they need, right? So that's very important. And crowdfund basic income is just another, well, I believe it's just another form of a little bit of UBI, right? So it's just, and that's the thing. Like, what's the thing about crowdfund basic income here about this our platform is that we're not we're not asking you to put in $100 each month. No, no. It's just simple as $1, $1 to $5. That's all we're asking. $1. Just to put just to put like just to help somebody out. Like if we have like imagine if we had like 12 people or how many people put in $1 into someone in need, right? Imagine how much of a difference that would make. How much closer to the goal they would get. They would get to their needs. So it's very important that it's like not it's that we get people into their basic needs and we don't we make sure people don't feel pressured into bringing in there's no set like you don't there's no set money like there's not a certain type of money you need to bring in like you don't need to bring in like big amount of cash unless if you want to that's fine but it's what we originally the original thing is bringing in $1 just adding $1 into someone's goal so they can help reach your goal and not only that and if you don't want to do if you can't and if you can't like if you can't like send money at least what's it called share or share. If you're on Twitter, retweet, share, right? If you're on TikTok, duet, stitch. Make sure that these people are being amplified because you never know the people that you share it to, they might say, "Hey, you know what? I have a few cash, right? Let me send some money over to them, right? So you're making it you yourself are making a difference by resharing that nobody was sharing and making sure their voices are being amplified. So you giving money or resharing, that's they're both the same thing. They're both the same thing as in helping somebody get to their basic needs. So that's pretty much what crowdfund basic income is about.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, I like that. I like that answer. And I'm just going to reiterate to what Nnamdi was just talking about. So
Of course,
crowdfund
Shy.
basic
Go
income.
ahead.
Thank you. So crowdfund basic income
Uh-huh.
is a hashtag that
Yeah,
Nnamdi and I use in tweets that basically shows someone who's in need of a basic income, the basic amount that they need,
exactly.
and links in which they can have the money donated. And then we don't encourage people to donate a lot. We just
Right.
encourage a lot of people to donate very little.
Exactly.
Microtransactions, if you will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And it's actually something that I don't think either of us can take credit for because it's essentially just what Scott Santens did years ago on
Hmm.
Patreon.
Hmm.
And there was a time, Namdi, when I looked up his average donation, like what his
Hmm.
average patron paid, and it was like $7.
Wow.
So all of these people who
Uh-huh.
support universal basic income and
Hmm.
support his advocacy for
Yeah.
it
Hmm.
part with, on average, $7.
Hmm.
Some part with less, some part with more, but on average, it's just $7. And as a result, he has a basic income, despite the fact that it's not legislated where he lives. And
Right. Right.
realistically, it probably won't be federally legislated for
Hmm.
maybe even a decade.
Right. Right.
So rather than waiting a decade,
Right.
we decided to start actively trying to get people involved to normalize it now. The same way we've
Exactly.
normalized GoFundMe's for medical expenses because we don't have
Exactly.
universal health care.
Hmm.
We're trying to normalize
Hmm.
donating through things like Venmo and Cash
Hmm.
App and Patreon and PayPal for people who don't have basic income. And
Exactly, Shy. And I'm
for
sorry to
people,
interrupt. Sorry, Shy. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Shy. But just the thing, what you said about like we know that 10 years in 10 years it will probably take like a decade for like any anything to realize that to see it, like any sort of like UBI be put in place. It's like, come on, should we really should people have to wait 10 years to have their basic needs met? 10 years?
of course not, but a lot of
Of
UBI
course not.
advocates, yeah, a lot of
Right.
UBI
No, that's what I'm
advocates
saying. No,
have,
I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, Shy, I'm
yeah.
agreeing. I'm just saying that like people we shouldn't have to wait 10 years to have our basic needs met. So that's why it's good that we start now helping each other, helping our neighbors, right? Like helping our neighbors. If they are struggling, like if they're struggling, like helping people. If you see somebody like struggling, like one of your friends struggling, or that fact or something like that, just like struggling, just helping people out, just amplifying them and helping people out. That's very important that we do that. And nobody should have to wait a certain time to like UBI comes out just to get their basic needs met.
Well, and
So
some more importantly, some people don't have that time to wait.
exactly,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
right,
And
right,
so um,
absolutely.
when I was trying to think of like what to call the whatever you want to call it, movement or hashtag, um,
Paul. Oh,
I decided to make it like a call to action and like kind
mm-hmm,
of telling
mm-hmm,
telling all of us like what we should be championing.
yeah,
And
right,
that's why it's a verb, crowdfund.
yeah,
And
it's
then what
right,
what yeah, so like here's what we need to do. We need to
right,
crowdfund basic income for those that don't have the decade, right?
exactly, right, right,
And it's really hard for people who are in need of a basic income
mm-hmm,
to one ask for help. And
right,
so by other people championing the crowdfunding on their behalf, I
mm-hmm,
think that helps with normalizing it. And I think it takes a lot of mental anguish away from the people who need the crowdfunding
absolutely,
done.
absolutely. No, I totally agree. I totally agree, Shy. I totally agree. Very important. It's very important that again, that we have, like like what Shai said, like there are some people that just they don't have 10 years to wait to get their needs met. They some people they need their needs met right away, and it's important that we get that through. That's why crowdfund basic income is very important. Sorry, Shaq.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Okay.
I want to reiterate something else that Nnamdi said, in that
Mhm.
the word donation, we don't always mean money, because not everyone is in a position to donate money.
Right, right.
But also just donating your time to, like he
Absolutely.
said, if you're on TikTok, stitching and do editing,
Hmm.
commenting things like boost,
Hmm.
liking, watching the video multiple times, whatever
Hmm.
you need to put it out into the algorithm so that it gets in front of
Absolutely.
people.
Absolutely.
If we make the tweets, retweeting them,
Absolutely.
making your own tweets about the person and
Hmm.
including their links.
Right.
Yeah.
And
So
actually,
yeah,
yeah,
play to your
exactly.
strengths. Play to your
Hmm.
strengths. If you have the means to donate money, then I encourage you to make a microtransaction,
Hmm.
$1 to $5.
And that
And if you
exactly,
and if you
exactly.
don't, donate your time
Hmm. Hmm.
and spread the message.
Absolutely, and that's very important too. Is like if we make if we make the tweets ourselves too, if we make the tweets ourselves, that that gives that leaves that gives pressure off to the people who are asking for help. That relieves pressure off them. If that relieves the pressure, like the what's it called, like the burden that they feel to about asking for help, because like me and Shai, we like we've heard like countless people like being afraid to ask for help because they are worried that people will think that they're not for real, right? And we got some people, and they are worried that people they are worried what people would think of them, right? And so it's like, to relieve that pressure, it's very important that we too also like even make the tweets ourselves and say, hey, by the way, so and so needs this amount of money by the end of the month and stuff. So let's help crowdfund. Let's help crowdfund for them. So just that's the whole thing. Again, it's to normalize. It's just to normalize people asking for help and amplifying, people amplifying their people helping others get the help they need. So that's very important as well. So yeah.
But yeah, I'm really grateful that Nnamdi has been helping me out as much as he has with
Of course.
crowdfund basic income.
I'm
And
grateful. I'm grateful that Shy has allowed me and others and countless of others to help her with the crowdfund basic income and everything, because it's very important. It's very important that we give people the help that they need. So thank you, Shy.
and thank you Nnamdi, and thank you to everyone who
Yes,
is
yes,
is retweeting other people's things,
yes.
and good for the people who are feeling comfortable enough to make their own tweets, because I know that's not easy.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's and I feel you guys, we're just letting you know that, you know, we we have some great people in this world here that really actually want to help you, you know, get to your needs met. And it's really awesome that, that you have the courage to do that stuff despite the backlash you may get. And there is backlash. I promise you, there is backlash. You know, and that's very unfortunate. But if you need help, that's the thing. If you need help, don't be afraid to ask, because it's not worth. It's just not worth like losing your life or getting sick just because you're afraid of afraid to be asking help, or being on the streets just because you're afraid of asking help. So I really encourage you guys to at least get to that fear, of wanting to ask for help, because there are some good people in this world that actually do want to help you and want to send money out out to you. So that's very important. Very important. Yeah.
So Nnamdi, it's interesting.
Yeah.
We spent like the first 3 quarters of the stream just talking about all of your kind of online what you do, and
Yeah.
like the whole reason that I was like, what'll be really interesting about this
Hmm.
interview is that a lot of people don't know your lived experience. Like,
Hmm.
what's it like going to college? What was it like surviving the freezing weather that Texas had last year?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was another thing. That was a whole like new experience that I've never really like lived before, because you never really like to like a winter storm like that. Like you never hear of something like people having to take like your power away to preserve it, and to just to preserve power and give power to like other people. So it was a whole different experience for me, So just like the just living in that cold area, and it's Texas, so we had some pretty pretty poor leadership at the top who just went who went who just who weren't capable of keeping us safe through the storms. And it was through the winter blast and stuff and winter storms. So it was very sad and unfortunate just to see like countless videos and countless TikTok videos and like videos of seeing people struggling in the cold and stuff. But in my experience, it's like, man, when the power was out, it was cold. Like it was really cold. Like there was a point where I believe I told Shy, or I believe I told Mikey this one time on the stream once. It's like it was to a point where it was like 0 degrees at my house. It was really freaking cold, and I had to put like a couple of blankets around me just to keep warm and stuff, and had yeah, just like and when we had the power, making sure that I had like downloaded videos and like stuff that I could watch so I could keep my mind off being cold and stuff, because it's really hard when you have no heater and it's freaking cold and 0 degrees, and you're like, all you're worrying about is trying to keep warm. It was really tough, and it was it was a pretty like mind blowing experience, and like pretty it's like an experience that I have never had to go through. And it's something that no state should have to go through if the correct leadership was in place to keep us from going through natural disasters like like we did, and it was a terrible experience, and I don't wish anyone to go through that stuff. And it was kind of unbelievable that Ted Cruz decided to go live it up in Cancun and enjoy the warm weather. Wow, where wow, people are basically struggling down here. I mean, that you're the senator of Texas, and you're going to Cancun to live it up and stick it to us. Sorry, I don't mean to get all political and stuff, but yeah, but it was just interesting. Not interesting, but it was terrible. Actually, interesting is an understatement. It was terrible, and yeah, that was my experience of it. Yeah.
I'm gonna guess you weren't going to school at the time because I'm gonna guess that was
No,
shut down.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was definitely not going to school at that time. And I don't think oh, pretty much all the schools were closed at that point too. I believe because it was snowing and there's just like snow on the ground. It was I think it was like record numbers of snow, I believe, too, that we had. But what made it actual bad was just how we handled it, how we handled the situation, and how like we literally had to take they literally had to take out power and like they had to take out power in like I believe in like one county and like put on power for other and put on power for other people in other counties. So it's like preserving. It was a mess. It was a huge mess, and just it was bad. So yeah, but um yeah. So I don't want anybody. I really wish my worst enemies to go through that kind of stuff, because it was a terrible experience, and there were times where I was like, yeah, like there are times where like the power would be on for like for a certain because every single time like the power would be on for at least like 45 minutes to an hour, and then it would just go off. So it was like it was a little bit depressing. I was like, oh man, and I still remember like the time when the power was like on for good, and I was like, oh wow, the power was actually on. I was pretty happy. So yeah, and so it was pretty good. I just feel like it was just I was glad like when all that stuff was over. And I hope we never have to go through something like that again. Like we shouldn't have to. We shouldn't have to. So
Now,
yeah,
previously, we've had discussions where you've had quite a few critiques about accessibility within the
yeah,
college you go to.
yeah.
Um, in terms of your personal lived experience, what kind of stuff do you want people to be aware of?
Okay, yeah. So like right now, like you're having I feel like right now, like people with disabilities, people who are in wheelchairs, people who have like mental disabilities and physical disabilities, we I feel like we're being put in the back burner on a lot of things right now. And I feel like our voices are not being amplified enough, or we're being silenced. And there are other issues that do need to be addressed, like right as of right now. But one of the issues that's really important to me because I lived the experience, because I actually lived the experience all my life is is making sure that the same people have a voice and that we have rights that we have the right to go anywhere we want and to just live to have a sense of normalcy, you know, and like like um like we should be able to yeah, we may be different, but we can live normal lives too, just like a person who's able-bodied too, or we can get the help that we need too, you know, too. So it's like I just feel like especially in the workforce too, like we need we need to do something about getting people getting people who are disabled entry level jobs. I feel like it's pretty hard for someone like me to get an entry level job. Like I know people are getting like jobs. I know wheelchair people are getting jobs like after college and all that stuff. Like when they go to university and stuff. But I feel like we could do. There are some jobs that like people who are still going into college, right? Who are still like people like me who are still in college, that you know we can get like entry level jobs. I feel like we can get entry level jobs to being able just to get like what's it called, jobs, jobs. So we just so we can get some income, And I feel like and not have to depend on people or not even have to depend on the government for that fact too as well, because and not saying that the government is like feel like SSI like SSI and everything. Like I receive benefits as well, but like I don't want to have to do that all my life, right? I want to be able to. I want to be able to eventually like work for my money, work for my money too. But again, like I'm not saying that we should shame people for getting SSI and SSDI. Like that should be we shouldn't be doing that. There's a lot of like workers and folks out there who do that stuff, and it's like it's very degrading and it's very disgusting. And whether if somebody somebody that has SSI, whether they're able-bodied or not, they should not be degraded. They should not be like disrespected or be called leeches for getting help, you know? And we don't need any like privileged folks doing that stuff. But yeah, so it's just that and not only that, but just getting to places that we need to go, right? So like just like better ride services. I have some good like I have a good ride service that that I have now, but like back then there were times where like ride services went out of business, because they didn't have like the right funds, they couldn't keep up with their funds or somebody at the top was screwing them over and stuff, So they had to take out the right services. And there were times where it's like, dang, how much there were times where I literally had sleepless nights because I was like, dang, I need to get somewhere, right? How am I going to get to this place? How am I going to get to school? I don't have to keep on depending on my family and friends to get me to where I want to go, Like I don't want to like necessarily mess up their schedule all the time, right? So I had sleepless nights where I was like, dude, what am I going to do? How am I going to find the right service, the right services to help get me to where I want to go? And just not only that, but it's like then again, it's like um, what was I gonna say? So like just getting like correct ride services and having them come on time and everything and getting us to where we need like kind of like an Uber like experience, and that's it's very important. It's very important that we have that as well. Ramps, being able to have like ramps so like people can so people like me who are disabled can like go up the ramps, and like go to an event that we like. We just need to have very like wheelchair accessible things that what's it called? That that can just help us feel like we're we're just like an able-bodied person too. Now we can enjoy stuff just like able-bodied people can too. You know, we can get an education just like able-bodied people too. And I say that because like I've had to literally go to the top people in my school to get the doors to work because there was one time when I saw one person struggling, like a one wheelchair person who isn't fortunate like I am, right? Like for me, like I'm able to open the door. I'm strong enough to when the doors don't work, I can open them up myself and go inside the school. But there are other people like this person that I had to help open the door so they can go inside the school, and get the education they need. And it was kind of it made me kind of that was the last straw for me. because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to go. I need to talk to somebody, you know. So I talked to my caseworker and I told them, who do I need to talk to? So talk to what's it called? So I can get this so I can get so they can so they can help get those doors fixed, you know. So I ended up talking to I think the vice I believe it was the vice president of the school. I think so. I'm not sure, or some kind of head leader, some kind of leader of the school. So I ended up talking to them, putting them an email. Yeah, after that I had to what's it called? A meeting with them too as well, and they were able to get that. They were able to, and they heard me out and they understood the situation. I was able to get, and it was great. And the doors, they were able to get those doors fixed. But again, well, now the doors there, they end up working, and there are some doors that again that are now like a little bit faulty now, so they need to get those fixed as well. But the whole thing is just that it's like the whole thing is just like we need accessibility. We need we just need the right accessibility and make sure that we have all the ramps and all the doors working so that people so like able-bodied people disabled people can get the stuff to get where they want to go as well. So that is very important to me. And it hurts. It hurts when I had to it hurt me when I had to see that person struggling for the opening the door and stuff, and being straightened out there. Because yes, there are people that will eventually help, that open the doors and help. But in a situation where there's like pretty much no one and they're left stranded out there, I mean, what do you do? Like, what can you? It's just it's unconscionable. Nobody nobody on a wheelchair any or anything, they don't need to be left out there and not get to their needs, not get an education or get to go somewhere just because a door isn't working. That's just attended to, you know? I mean, geez. It's just that's just a thing that I'm like really passionate about. And not only that, and then again, just like I watch a lot of movies. So I'm a movie guy. Shy already knows this. Shy is also a movie gal.
This
If
is
you don't
true.
know,
Yeah, this is
yeah,
true. We're both movie buffs, and that's one thing
yeah,
we discovered that's like really fun because there's not a
yeah,
lot of movie buffs in our group. So like, yeah, we
exactly,
we enjoy
exactly.
talking about movies a lot.
We talk about movies a lot. So she's also a fellow script writer, like I am. I like to script write as well. So we have that connection. Um, but you know, not only that, we need to like amplify like more like wheelchair people, more disabled people in movies too. That means getting actual disabled actors, those disabled actors that are capable of acting, right? So no like people who can walk that are sitting in wheelchairs, because that's actually kind of offensive to me personally. Like like if I see like, oh my god, Ryan Reynolds is portraying this guy in a wheelchair, right? Or I don't know, Robert Downey Jr. is portraying this person on a wheelchair. Well, I'm pretty sure that capable people who are actually disabled that can act, that can take on a role like that, that can take on a big role like that. So I strongly believe in like having like disabled disabled actors or actresses on the front screen and being like the vocal point in a movie, right? So that's what I truly believe in. And I like again, I'm in like I said again, I'm a script writer myself, and I have like a big goal of mine is to like do some like superhero movies. Like again, like I'm a huge Kevin Feige fan. Like Kevin Feige is like a huge inspiration in what I do, and I like Kevin Feige a lot, like for real. Like so he's one of the guys I look up to. Like because I'm a huge Marvel fan as well. So like I love Marvel stuff. So those Marvel movies like inspired me to write my own my own like my own like Marvel like stories and stuff, and like DC DC like stories as well. So I want to like put in like disabled superheroes, make them a vocal point like in the movie or something like that. So like I think it'll be interesting, and it'll really like change the barrier, like it really it really like change things, like we've had like so many breakthroughs in the movie industry, like see like African Americans have big role, black people have big roles in movies, and like again like Black Panther and all that kind of stuff, or like just any movie in general, like black people and like we've gone so far, of like I mean like a lot like like people who are like part of like LGBTQ and stuff, be in movies as well, So I think it'll only be it's important that we normalize people who are disabled in the disabled community, to be in movies, to take on a big role like that, like every time I see shows and movies of what's it called, wheelchair people who are like what do they call those people again? I forgot what they call them, like passerbys or something like that. I'm not sure. Or like man, I forgot what they call those people. Stand ah, but I don't know, like those people that you don't that are like in the scenes,
Like
but they're not.
extras, like
Yeah,
extras.
extras.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Extras. So we see have like so many like we see like wheelchair people as extras so much, and and that's cool and all. It's cool. It's great to see like a wheelchair person. A wheelchair person like maybe like wheel around somewhere like for a few seconds. But really, just a few seconds? Come on. Like I want to see like a wheelchair person like a movie of a wheelchair person like actually tell their story or like have a story of their own for like an hour or 2 hours, instead of just being like some kind of extra. So I think it's very important that disabled people get to enjoy, get to get to have a bigger role, a bigger voice in the movie industry as well. And I hope, and if I don't do that, I hope someone else is able to make that happen. I'll be just as happy as well to see a person take on a huge role, who like again who are actually disabled, and they took on a huge role, and there's a movie on there. I'll definitely watch it. I'll definitely be happy. I'll be beyond happy. I'll be ecstatic, because I think it's very important that disabled people um because I'm sure we have lots of talented disabled actors and actresses that are just waiting to shine, and make a difference and be the first person to break the barrier, you know, in the music industry. And it's very important to me. It's very important to me. Very important. So yeah.
Yeah. And Nnamdi has previously expressed that his desire to fight for more representation in media isn't about him. It's so that the next generation grows up with a sense
Yeah.
of normalcy,
It's
because when they turn
absolutely
on the TV, they see people like them.
right. Exactly. That's the whole point. Like you see, there so many people nowadays. They are looking. They're watching They're watching figures. They want to resonate, or they want to feel like this person gets them. They understand what they're going through, and that's very important. That's that. I feel like that's very important. They want to, and it can't be done by just being an extra for a few seconds. Just see you can't get the feel that someone that like I can't get the feel of just seeing a richer person, just being wheeled into a school or talking to somebody in the back scenes, it's some kind of scene like in the background. I mean, you can't get it. So it's like it's important that people have someone that is just like them portray them in a much greater light, in a brighter light. So that's very important to me as well. And I'm sure important to many other people like me as well. So yeah.
So yeah, Nnamdi, that was a great hour. We actually went an hour 10, but I don't want to cut you off if you have more you want to say.
No, bro, it's been a great experience. So glad I get to be on the Trickle Up. And I can tell my mom I was on the Trickle Up. So maybe she will listen to me. I'll be watching,
Finally
But
get the respect you deserve.
of course, finally, I can get the respect in my household. The respect I deserve in my household. But actually, I have a great. I live in a great household. So guys, don't get too nervous. Don't get too. But yeah. So being on Trickle Up, being a part of Voices, Trickle Up and Cheyenne, Trickle Up and Read the Medias and all that kind of people. Really awesome. And because I've been wanting to do this for like a while now, and now I can finally do it, and it's great. But I'm glad. I think this is like the best interview I've ever been on right now with Shy. So that was really awesome. Thank you, Trickle.
Yeah, I agree. This was awesome. So
Yes.
thank you for coming on and doing this because it was
Thank you,
great.
Shy. Thank you all
Um,
for.
you have
Uh,
the floor. Yeah, go
oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Do I have the floor?
You do.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the floor, Shy. Really nice, great carpet that we have here. Sorry.
So good.
I'm sorry. I'm a weird individual, as you may know. I'm pretty awkward, but I'm glad that I have the floor here. Nice floor. Great. But yeah. So um, yeah. So I just want people to understand that like I love you guys. I love the Yang Gang here. I love everyone uh who who are who have been on this trickle who were able to listen on the Trickle Up here today, and it's always great. Like I try my best. I'm not always 100%, but try my best to bring in a lot of positivity here, and just making them to always remember to bring positivity, and we're living in troubled times right now, and it's not everything. We're in our darkest. I mean, we're 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 things aren't going right here in America right now as we want it to. So it's always important that despite all that, to try and stay positive no matter what, and that the light is at the end of the day, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And we just got to make sure that by being positive, that we always see that light, even though we're inside that tunnel. That even though we're inside that tunnel, that we still see that light. No matter what, how far it is, because as long as you see that light at that end of the tunnel, no matter how far it is, you will get there. And that's why I will fully endorse my guy, my fellow POC, my confidence, my right-hand man, resist for humanity for president of 2024. You saw it right there. Nnamdi hashtag resist for 2024. Mikey, my guy, I know this guy for a couple of years now, and this guy is gonna take us out of that tunnel. And I am urging all of you guys to seriously consider putting Resist for Humanity as your first ballot for president of the United States of America.
And for anyone who doesn't understand what's going on, check out Resist for Humanity 2.0 on TikTok.
That's right. You guys think this is a joke? Let me tell you something. This is not a joke. Mikey is the only guy that's suitable for the job as president of the United States. And I strongly believe that for the next, starting in 2024, for the next 8 years, we will see the promised land. Mikey, 2024, for president. I'm sorry, Joe Biden. I'm sorry, Donald Trump. But your days are numbered. And it's over. Mikey is coming. God bless America.
And on that note, I think we can wrap up the stream. Now, Nnamdi, I'm going to try to be in the chat while this airs tomorrow. So like, like this is real time for anyone watching this, but for me and Nnamdi, it'll be tomorrow. And so when I premiere it, I will try to be in the chat. I don't know if Nnamdi will be available because it'll be around 6:30.
Yeah.
And I doubt he'll be able to make it to the chat. So.
Yeah, I probably will. I don't normally like listening to myself on video. Really?
Oh yeah, no worries. I'll copy any of the nice things in the chat that people leave for you and tell you about it.
Please. You guys, I love you guys so much. I love you all. Love each and every one of you. And you guys helped shape me to who I am today. And you guys are the reason I keep going on here, on Twitter, on TikTok. You guys have accepted me so much. You, Cheyanne, Mikey, that's my president. Tell you again, you vote for that. You vote for that dude. You vote for that MFer. And shout out to Voice. Shout out to Me the Media. My guy Nat. How about them Cowboys? Shout out to Ken. Shout out to No Use. Shout out to Kevin, the Vidikins. Shout out to Change the System. Shout out to Ari Rainbows. Shout out to Sabrina. All those other people. Mur PK. Radical Dimes. What's up, my guy? You my guy, man. I love Radical Dimes. Sometimes Radical Pennies. I don't know. I love all you guys. Remember to vote for Erica and Reverend Wendy T as well. That's very important. Shout out to Erica Rhodes and Reverend Wendy Hamilton. Two people that I'm currently what's it called? And I'm currently like volunteering for their campaign. So it's very important that that you guys at least check them out. See what they're all about. And if you also want to volunteer, hit me up. I'll be on Twitter. You can DM me and I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up with the goods. I got the goods on deck. I'm the plug. Plug. Sorry. Anyway, so yeah. And who else? Oh yeah, and Please follow the people at the People's Basics too. They're a good group of people. Great people. Run by John Munitz, it's my guy, and Jackie as well. Which who's Witchers for on Twitter. So they're great people. They make some really good articles and stuff. We got some really good article writers and some great comic writers and everything. They're a really good group, and yeah, it's at the People's Basics, so they're really good people. And remember, crowdfund basic income as well too. Very important that we amplify others who need help because that's very important. And yeah, thank you guys for allowing me to be on here, and I love you all very much. And I'm very blessed, and just want you guys to know that yeah, we may be in our darkest hours, but we'll keep going. We must keep on going. We must continue to fight because if we don't live, if we don't live to see to if we don't live to see all the good things you've done in the future, like being put out there, at least our next generation, at least our kids will get to live that, and we'll get to we'll get to see all the things that we worked for. We get to live a better life because we worked for things like UBI and Medicare for all and all those other things. And they know that stuff has been implemented and that the kids that they're going to be all right and that they're going to be valued as well. So yeah, that's all I had to say. And again, one more time, 2024, Resistance for Humanity for President of the United States of America. He has my vote. I've endorsed him. I don't say the Trickle has endorsed him, but you know, we'll see what goes on there. But yeah, but yeah, this is for Humanity 2024. Mikey, let's go. Thank you, Shy.
Yeah, thank you, Nnamdi. So as this is wrapping up in about, and you know, for you guys watching, in
Yeah,
about 10 minutes, I will be on Mute the Media with
yeah,
Kevin Still Vibing,
that's right.
Wraith Rider,
Go,
and
that's my boys.
and Matt, who is
Kevin and Race and Matt and Cheyenne.
correct.
That's gonna be some good stuff. You guys gotta tune into that. It's gonna be some great stuff. You know how Shy is. Shy is a producer, so she's gonna get everybody on check. She's awesome. She's great. I love
Thank
Shy.
you, Nnamdi. Thank you, Nnamdi.
I love you, Shy. I love you so much. I don't
I
have
love
to
you.
say
I love you
anymore.
too. I love you too, Nnamdi. I'm really glad. I'm
Thank
really
God!
glad.
Finally!
I'm really
Oh
glad
my gosh!
to have you as a friend.
Finally, she loves me back. Thank you. I mean, you can edit that out if you want, but I'm just happy that you love me back.
Yeah, the original thing is just going to air and as like the complete
Yeah.
everything we recorded, and then if
Yeah.
Spider-Man wants to cut it up into like smaller sections, he
Please,
can.
Spider-Man,
But
don't do that, man. Please, please. This is the best interview I've ever given. I feel like this is a really great interview. I liked it. So yeah, fellow producer Shy.
yeah, and fun fact, that's actually one of my handles on TikTok, but on
Yeah,
Twitter and my
she
main
has a lot
TikTok,
of
it's Cheyanne for UBI.
yeah. She has a lot of She has a lot of handles that she likes to play games on me and like play with my mind. And there are multiple shies. There are multiple shies in the tradition. So sometimes it scares me.
I
Oh my
think
god,
I
it's
think
two shies at
I think a
once.
lot of us have multiple accounts. Like Change has 2, Dutch has 3, Matt has 3, Resist has 7. So it's just part of the no use has three. It's just part
Yeah,
of being in the TikTok community. Like you can't just have one account.
that's true. That's true.
So, but
I,
yeah,
I,
but
I need to step my game up. You know.
yeah, I'll put all the links in the description that we
Yeah.
reference so you guys
Yeah.
can find Nnamdi and myself on
Of
social
course.
media.
Of course.
And
Twitter, D Hot Wheels. At D Hot Wheels.
yeah, and make sure y'all are subscribed to the Trickle Up and like and share this video
That's true. All
so
right.
more people can see how great the interview with Nnamdi was, because it really was
Yes.
great. Nnamdi, nice job.
And thank you. Thank you, Cheyanne. You're a great officer. You're a great woman. I like it. Good job. Good job, Cheyanne.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good job. Good job, guys. Great job, everybody who watched the stream. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching, everyone.
Thank you.